What's going on, everybody? Croc 342 with another video. Trying to get some things jumping off. Quick job. Doing some testing, but for some reason the stream hasn't been the best. I'm trying to do some troubleshooting, but I decided to go in at this 567. You know, I'm a fan of this Rackley 1.36 trailer. So this has always been one of my favorite trucks right here. 567. I get some conflict with that the sign. May need to be updated, but that doesn't, I mean, I'm not knocking it because I like weather, I like stuff to be sort of realistic, so it's cool. I'm gonna go with it.
Let's go.
This thing's eight hours. Scopes, lights, make sure we good to go. Tag axle. So it turns up. So this is a big mama jamma right here. Scrolls in the back. So I decided to try turning down my bit rate. I turned it down to 2500. I don't know. I mean, so I had it at a certain rate. I don't know how I got it up to that rate before, but there was a reason why I did it. But all terrain crane, 90,000, 333 pounds, going to Burns, Plaster and Sons. It's got 8 hours and 43 minutes on the run. I'm gonna get rolling. I am rolling with the automatic, and also I know webcam frame rates is crazy. I don't know why, but I ain't even into I just went, supposed to be regular, the regular graphics, which is supposed to have been already by default DX11, and they had a thing that said DX11 already set me already, so I don't know. So we're gonna just roll, do the best we can. I mean, I can't promise you nothing. I can't promise you no stumbles and all the other jazz that we sometimes have to deal in the game. I am going to bring this dashboard back because it is kind of close. It's closer than what I've had it, and it's only because, what the heck? Maybe I pressed the wrong button. I don't know. Sometimes I can press the wrong button and forget what I'm doing. Hopefully I didn't press the wrong thing. I don't remember this screen popping up like this. So just like I said in previous videos, couple videos ago, truck supposed to be on the way. Some people saying Thursday. I don't know. I'm not gonna keep going with that because I don't see them showcasing it at all. And why would you wait until the actual date of the release to showcase it? So no. Okay, see, this is something new. I didn't even know it did this, because normally I normally don't have to go through all this, but and for some reason I can't bring it no further back than this because of my the way my triple monitors are set up. So this is the only best way I could do it. So I'm just gonna go with it. I was trying to find my other weather mod, which I wanted to kind of be like in the snow or whatever, but I see the indicator thing isn't working on here either, so whatever. You know, I don't even think GTM was actually going to be updating this truck. I'm not. So nobody else really looked into it. Well, I think this was Renee's truck. It wasn't that he edited. He didn't. So we're gonna go ahead and get rolling. And need a little traveling music. Can't. I don't know how they had us at the dealership. I mean, this ain't the dealership. This is the what's this called? The factory, all the way out in Washington. So it look like we done got stuck somewhere. This was a bad place for this load, but it's whatever. Might have to go on ahead and might not even. So I might have to force the hand, make it. It may be able to slide around. I don't know. Have to force it a little bit, because technically it's not designed to be in here, but this is where we ended up. Hate to damage the cargo, but I'm not damaging it that much. Try not to damage it, but it's just the way it goes. I mean, we have to go with whatever we get. So this is those that never seen the inside of the actual factory of Kenworth, which I don't think we should just have this factory, which I don't know where the other factories are. I just think that a lot more needs to be brought to the table, even though, you know, I'm satisfied, but I'm not satisfied. So, you know, and that's just the way it is with me, because, you know, especially if I'm spending my money, I want to make sure I'm getting what I should be getting. Ooh, are we gonna make it across here? It's gonna be interesting. Definitely testing my driving skills, that's for sure. Sorry about that. Jake brake. I knew they was gonna get me with that. Bump into this mic thing. Trying to make sure this popper thing stay on her. These little things. We're trying to adjust some stuff around here. Always something to do. Always something to do. Okay. Then I just stopped at the freaking stop sign. I mean, stop light. Y'all so full of crap, man. Y'all are killing me. And technically, that's why I said these should have been set up for escort. You know, and they could be done just but
turn right.
frame rate's been crazy, OBS been crazy. I don't know, just I don't know. Now it's really choppy. I don't know. So I just go as far as I can go. I'll probably just, you know, cut the video. Does it look like it's?
Stay right, and then turn right.
And it's technically, I'm just mainly testing them because
Turn right.
I'm getting tired of this thing. Looking, why is this truck sitting right here? That's a good place for to have a truck. And that's another reason why, you know, a lot of times just playing the game the way it is just less of a headache. You know, I like the mods, but if it's dragging the game, you get it. I'd rather just keep whatever, if the game was designed not to really have these little additions to it, then so be it, whatever. You know. But just like I said, I like to have 8x4 chassis, and we don't have them. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with that, and that's something that we should have. And I just don't understand why we don't have it. You know, it ain't like the people ain't gonna support it. It ain't like the people ain't gonna, you know, ain't gonna buy it because they buying it. You know, so just bring it out. That's the way I always say. Just bring it out. Don't try to speculate. Try to figure it out. You know, because people spend their money the way they want to. They blow money every single day. You know, nonsense. You know, so. I just wish I had the time to update a lot of the stuff myself. That's the thing. I just don't have that kind of time, you know. Put it in cruise, go on there and just cruise down the highway. I get this pick. I know it's probably gonna jump out of gear. It's always jumping out of gear. I'm surprised it didn't. Try to stay outside as much as I can, because I think the frame rates are much better outside than inside. I don't know. I won't know until I upload the video. You know, you just have to let the chips fall where they may. I just hate to continue to make videos and continue to make videos and continue to make videos, and then things don't come out the way you plan. So just gonna go with it. Like I said in the last other videos, it's the reason why I do the commentary, because I want to keep people educated on what the little tricks and flips and flops of the game. They expect the game to be so perfect, but it won't be perfect now unless you take everything out of it. You know, because it, just like I said, the developers, when they showcase the game, they don't have any mods in it. They're driving the default trucks. You know, as boring as it may be to some people, but I mean, they designed the game, and then we fortunate to have Truckers MP, which, they're trying to allow certain things to come out, but you can allow mods in, but you got to make sure even within the server the game has to be stable. So that's another reason why. But that's why I say if you eliminate the equation of creating and bringing other content, and that kind of eliminates the mods at a point. Oh, we bypassed, and I'm surprised. You'll notice this load got to be at least 150,000 pounds. 90,000 on his own, but that's me just speculating. Yeah, so I know that the problem that I was having, like at 18 minutes, like the last video I did, which I had a phone call. So I had to deal with that. That was a very, very important phone call. So my apologies on that. But I had to take it. I'm sorry. But I know after 18 minutes, it started getting choppy. So we're going to try something. I mean, I decided to go in and bring it down to almost the lowest bit rate I could that is allowed. Which hopefully I didn't make things worse, but we'll see. We going 36 miles an hour. That's why I said this load should have been at least similar to normally you have an escort, and I think that's what they should have did. They should have made sure this was an escort run, or escort runs as heavy as this thing is. Even if you got because all of these stingers and spread axles and all of this extraness that we got going on here, which in the real world you wouldn't just be on the road with this just by yourself. You would have help, and there's nothing wrong with help. There's nothing wrong with support. And it's good to have. So. Frame rate's a little crappy, but I don't know. I see how it plays out, and then I mean, I don't want to degrade my graphics, and I got a decent enough video card because I know other people that use the same video card. So, and then I don't have anything going on in the background I know of. Nobody's on my internet other than me, so I don't know. So that's another reason why I just, I mean, if I'm talking, that sort of helps, kills the anxiety of bad video. You know, because if a person really understand, just like I had met up with a couple individuals that are fellow streamers and whatnot, and they like, oh, you stream? Okay, well, I'm gonna come send my support. I mean, at the end of the day, we all gotta work together in order to get what we get, where we're trying to get to. We can't go against each other trying to get a certain place. You know, that just doesn't work like that. You know, I'm just being as transparent as I know how, because I mean, you know, and it should not get to the point where you have to beg somebody to do this and beg somebody to do that. And it should always be mutual respect. So I'm a firm believer that we definitely going to get some fuel, because this thing was empty. Well, this is a quick job, so of course this isn't going to be. This isn't my truck, so if I damage it, it's not going to be on me. I could have rode my own truck, but I just wanted to. I was testing these out in 136. I think I tested them out before in 136 before. I'm always beta testing things out, trying to see how far I can go with a certain component or whatever. I mean, like I said, I like the mods. I respect everybody, what they want to do. Paid mods is fine, whatever. Just make sure your product is good. I mean, that's all I say. You know, don't create a scenario for people to backlash on you. You know, understand the game. If you want to mod, but make sure it's in compliance with the game, so you won't have these little hiccups and little issues, because the game is finicky, you know, when it comes out of these mods, you know, and that's just the way it is. So I'm going as far as I can with this, just to see if I can figure out exactly what our problem was. So I don't know. So we just going with the flow. I'm just allowing whatever to happen, because that's mainly what I do. I mean, a lot of stuff is not planned. I don't plan to come on here and create scenarios or things that happen in my stream or in my video. You know, it just happens. You know, it's almost like just, you know, just going with the flow. Whatever happens. You know, and that tests the credibility of the game if you do that. Because I know SCS, because just like those that may have the game or they may be getting interest in the game, you can, you know, if you see flaws, you know, the developers can be reached. They look for that. They look for feedback, you know, because they expect things to happen, you know, especially with mods. You know, if you got mods in there, but in the same breath, they still have a disclaimer that tells you, well, this game has, I mean, if you have mods, you're going to have issues or whatever. So it's just the way it is. You know, so technically, if I actually do a video, it's I mean, I'm pretty much, instead of me just doing it on my own. I got everybody on board for the ride. So and I'm getting a lot of choppiness around here. A lot of choppiness around here, and I know the video is probably choppy as heck. But that's mainly the reason why a lot of times when you're streaming versus recording, you got to make sure all that stuff is in compliance where it doesn't, where if there's a mishap in the game, a little hiccup in the game, the upload from the streaming software can compensate, you know, and then the stream still looks good. Just like I've even been in development, other streamers stream, you know, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. You see the game hiccup, you know, and it doesn't. So you got to respect that. You have to understand the game is wide open and it's open air. Anything can happen. AIs could do whatever they do, which is the artificial intelligence of the traffic. The game could, you know, crash. Anything can happen. So you gotta respect that. So we traveled on 82. It looked like we were traveling north on 82. Not even sure where we at. I think we were in Washington. I'm not sure. We in Washington. Now this is the full map, which ain't no way I'm gonna be able to get all this. I'm not gonna be able to do all this. And I'm already 5 hours in this trip, which is a little too long for me to be sitting, but I'm just going with it. Okay, we're going southeast. So we just came from Seattle and we're going to Burns. So we are in Washington. No plans to be there, but it's just kind of going with the flow. But the map is full, you know, because you can get the map full. They did a good job on the map, but the way this is actually this backdrop, if you can tell, because I like to check stuff out. Now if I didn't put the backdrop in there, it would probably be everything would have synchronized right, and it happens, you know, it happens. So a lot of times if something happened, I like to explain why it happens or what it's doing, because it's the way the game is reading whatever mod you put in. Now that's at a higher priority, because at first a couple of other videos I did, it didn't show up. So, and it may need to be updated. Just like I said, I mean, I can't. That's not my place to update somebody else's stuff, especially if they created it. Now, if it was something I really like, then I'll try to update it or try to bring it up the part enough for me to satisfy me in game. Other than that, you know, I can care less. You know, sometimes textures don't show up. Sometimes there's a kind of texture conflict. It's whatever, you know. You know, sometimes, I mean, I could probably need to downgrade my settings. We bypassing again, huh? And then a couple times at the game, I mean, the video was choppy. It looked like it was like a sideshow. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm talking, and as long as I'm talking, I'm explaining what's going on, you know, because I expect anything to happen. You know, if the game crashed 5,000 times, I normally would just continue to go with the flow. I won't cut the stream because I'm talking, you know, and sometimes I just stop and it just be talking, you know, because, you know, I mean, why do we go? I mean, we go into streams or YouTube creator streams for what? For that engagement, you know. It ain't. I mean, we want to see with our eyes of what they're doing, but a lot of it is just human, natural affection or natural. Well, I don't call it natural affection, but I say natural communication with other people. You know, which is something that we get away from it, you know. But because of technology, you still can bridge that gap. That's been that we've had a lot of problems with. So I wish this thing would have went back a little bit further, but I know because for a long time, and I'm bringing this up to speed for everybody, and hopefully y'all hear it. And if you don't, I mean, if you don't watch the video up enough of the video so you can hear it, you know, and you prejudge the video instead of just listening to the content that's being spoke on, you know, you'll miss something. So for a long time, I had a hard time trying to get my resolution right. Long time. I did not really understand OBS. I still don't understand to this day OBS. I've been using OBS for a few years now and still don't understand OBS, and especially since they've been updating it time in and time out, so day in and day out. So a lot of stuff I think is a lot of their updates is actually creating more problems. It used to be a very simple program. Now they added more stuff because, you know, I don't know if it's because of what the survey or what people are saying or what they want, you know, and a lot of that stuff I don't even do, you know. I did use some of the overlays, and I just was like, you know, I got my own little sign. I put CROC 342 up there. That's good enough for me. I got my now I use some of their stuff, like their the images or the side shows. I use those because then that shows what I've done already, you know, that's already been created. So that's the only thing that I use, you know. Plus I figured out why I had all that bouncing. I had somebody else's little physics mod, so now it's more a stable, I guess it's stable, I don't know, you know, because I'm uploading this, I'm actually recording it. I don't know how it look. You can't ask me how it look because I don't know, you know, but hopefully it looks good, and if it doesn't, then I mean, I try to do better next time. That's the best I can do, you know. And that's the thing I look at. If a person's trying to create, trying to do, you know, without you know, they trying their best to do what they can, you know, because I mean, you have your days. What the heck is you doing? You trying to bypass? You about to get towed up, you freaking idiot! All in my way, you know, I'm scrolls going, and you gonna try to. You a trucker? That's what make it so bad. You a trucker, and you didn't even see me coming. That's why I said that these traders should have been escort traders. They're not. I mean, I think when they created them just to be showcasing them, you know, as a, you know, instead of them being on a video, you know, in game, somebody actually streaming it. They should just take pictures of it. I mean, I understand the picture thing because I like screenshots. I love screenshots because I take screenshots all the time. But a lot of times that doesn't tell you what is going on with that mod. You know, it doesn't educate you on what's going on with it, and you could be fooling somebody with it, you know. Now I know some groups require you to have, they don't want you doing videos or uploading or you know, streaming on their group because they think you trying to steal their fans or whatever. That's why I have my own gaming page, and then, you know, that's what prompted me to create my own gaming page on Facebook, and I've had my YouTube channel for a while, but I didn't really I had it since 2013, which is a long time, but in the same breath I didn't really understand the whole concept of streaming. I didn't get into it not until I got into my little business thing. So and I didn't know, you know, it's just like I say, ignorance is bliss. You would say that you know, and you would say you know, but you know, things are the world life or whatever you want to have, you know, is not designed for us to know everything. All right, we got a fuel place we can hit right where we about to drop off at, where we about to get off, so that's gonna be perfect. But I don't know how choppy this is. I'm looking at the frames. The frames look crap to me. I know them. And then in the back of my mind, I'm prejudging my own video. I mean, I'm my biggest critic. I'm my worstest critic, you know, when it comes down to anything. So, and like I said, I mean, I don't promote crap, but I understand and I respect anybody that's trying to do their best. You know, and I know that technology, because of technology or whatever they're using, you know, and you can go and get the best equipment and still it would look like crap. It doesn't even matter. It just depends on whatever you got going on, you know, and that's just the way it is. Let me get another picture. Nope. And then this is how I kill a lot of my flaws in my game, because I play it, I try to exercise it, because that's a form of exercising it, so it'll do better. And then I make sure that it's updated. Whenever there's an update, I'm always there trying to get it updated, because I understand. Now I don't have the icons, so I should be okay. We can get in there, so we might be sticking out a little bit. I'm just glad this thing got extra articulation on it, which that's something that the game did not have. We didn't have multiple pivot points. Game came a long way. I mean, it took a long time for a lot of stuff to really materialize. You know, at first we didn't never have this articulation, and we stressed it. We only had from the truck to the trailer. That was it. That was it. We didn't have airlines. We just recently got, and this was like a year. We finally got airline support, which is stuff that we should have been had. But it's just that you have to pay attention. Oh, we gotta stop. Oh, there we go. About to going back. Yeah. So the thing about it is, I mean, I don't say that, you know, that's something that should be in game now, because those are physics. Those are things that actually make the game more realistic, more. And I stressed it. I'm like, why we don't have multiple pivot points? Why? I never could understand it. You know? And then finally, it really hit. And then they was like, well, okay, and that's technically because they were technically a small company. And now they're a little bit bigger, and they still, you know, have room to learn and grow and all that good jazz or whatever you want to call it. You know, so we all have room to grow. And just like because I educate and teach people that, because, you know, you didn't become an adult overnight, or whatever age you are overnight. You know, I have kids. My 18-year-old wasn't even come out 18 years old. You know, she had to come out. She had to make mistakes and, you know, go through life or whatever it is, and still got a lot more to learn. You know, and when you get to that point where you think that you know and you got it down packed, life will show you different. Ooh, man, look at that. I like that. Look at it. It's got that is slick. It's got the graphics. I mean, not the graphics. The graffiti on it. Now that's nice. That's little. That's something small that a lot of people wouldn't even look at. And I'm gonna take a picture of it, because that's something that nobody pays attention to. You know, it's the little details that actually make the game. You know, and then at first it wasn't even interactive. You know, now you got people walking around doing certain things, even though it needs to be maybe critiqued a little bit. But, you know, just like I was talking to one buddy of mine, I said, if they upgrade the sounds on a lot of these trucks, that will help the game a whole lot, outside of anything else. I mean, because even in the server, the sounds could, I mean, you tighten up the sounds a little bit more, you know, and it's okay. You know, I understand copyrights and licensing fees and licensing regulations and all that other jazz that you got to go through, all the red tape that you got to go through in order to get things cleared You know, it takes time. I mean, you can't just drop. You have to create, be creative in your name because everybody got their hand out. You know, everybody want to be paid, so I understand. I understand it. You know. Yep, I understand it. And ever since they put the GPS in there, I don't even have to use the map because I read GPS by ear. You know, a lot of times I can't see with the GPS, and sometimes I make a habit of looking at the GPS because even in my own car, I have to do it because I travel all across the states, you know, various places and whatnot. And you got to be able to use your third. This cop about to get creamed. Bow. Shouldn't have been in the freaking way anyway. You know I'm coming, and you could have turned your freaking lights on to help me. You know I'm coming, and you won't even turn your lights on. You'll hit me. You'll turn your lights on if I hit you. But you know, it's a game, but I like it because it's wide open. And ETS, a lot of people, you have a lot more ETS fans than ATS fans. Why? Because a lot of people, and then a lot of them don't even play ATS. I like both of them. Why? Because both of them have their own they stand on their own 2 feet. You know, when they brought it out, even though you got ETS, you say ATS, everything, it was based off of ETS2, but you have to understand where the creators come from. I mean, where the developers are from. So in their neck of the woods, of course, they're gonna put more emphasis in there. Plus, it's got more years on it than this game. So, of course, you know, this platform is a little bit still. It's only maybe about 3 or 4 years old compared to. It still took time and still taking time for them to, you know, tighten up some stuff on. But I'm sure overseas is a little bit more lenient when it comes down to regulations. You know, and they're already of that caliber. You know, when you over here, this may be different. You know, so you have to understand and respect, and and that's where the events, and that's where everybody has to play their part. You know, just like I said, any event they have, I'm in it. I mean, any event that I can be in, I'm talking about in game, I'm in it. I can maybe not be able to go overseas where they are to support them, you know, but I can at least play a role. You know, I put my money in it, I invest it, you know, and I don't call myself a shareholder, but I invested in it, you know, in the game. And when you invest in somebody, it takes money. You know, it takes time, it takes energy. So I'm gonna put this map back up. We got 3 hours and 9 minutes. I'm sitting in this seat trying to get my pelvis adjusted. That's why I bought these things, because I got one in my van that I'm sitting on, and I have to figure out what to do in the bus, because this thing it's still it's like I'm not used to it being in the bus, so it's like goes against me. So, but I think I'm gonna have to get me a table, that special table that actually decompresses your spine. So that's mainly what I got to do, or go through a chiropractor, which I can go through that too. It'd be cheaper on my pockets because the insurance are covered, but I don't need my time wasted. You know, I don't need to be off the job because I can't, you know, because you tell me, oh, you can't, but you ain't gonna put no money in my freaking pocket. That's the thing I'm looking at. You know, I'm not just doing this, even though this is a hobby. This is still something that I like to do, but in the same breath, I like to reap the benefits, you know, of having my stream and having my business. This is part of this is business. You know, I'm not just buying this stuff just to be buying it, just not to, you know. So I'm an entertainer. So it's just like you have your material. This is material right here. So I have my rig, which I put money into, I put time into, I put energy to. I had to think it out, figure out how I brainstorm how I wanted it. Took time. I didn't just blow all my money on it. I took time, and it's still not to where I wanted to be, to the degree of what I wanted to be. I wanted on a rigging support, but if it's not, I even got in one of those things. I'm too tall to get in something like that. I actually got in one that was at Micro Center, and it was nice, but I was like, dude, I can't sit in this thing. I can't sit in this thing all day, you know. So I have my seat, and I like my space, you know. I like to be able to move around and things of that nature. And I don't just listen. I mean, if I do get something like my mic, I didn't spend $100 on my mic. I spent $37 on my mic. All I did was use the software, and it sounds as good as the best mic they got out there. They got was a good mic. I almost spent $100 on it, and I'm not knocking it because it's a good mic. But in the same breath, I'm not gonna continue to just, you know, let somebody sucker me into getting something if I don't understand the whole concept of why I have it. You know, because you have a lot of people, oh, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, but they'll go bankrupt, or they'll go put themselves in the poorhouse trying to satisfy somebody else, and know darn well you need that money to live. You know, now if you creating a business, like this is my business, you know, I haven't really got the other part of the Facebook side complete like I want, you know, and I want the star thing. I looked at the material, and you technically it's just like a business. It's just like an LLC. So you gotta have because at the end of the day they taxing you. You know, so it's just like a job. So like I said, they wanted me to stream 4 hours every 14 days, which is gonna be tough for me to do. You know, now if I didn't have nothing, if I was retired, and my bills could be paid, I'd go with it. But other than that, I can't do it. I have to go wherever the money is and stick with that. You know, I'm not in the best of shape, but in the same breath, because of my years of working, backbreaking work, and normally that's what normally happens, because we put our life on the line, trying to make a better life for ourselves when we get older, or when we retire, and then we can't even enjoy it, you know. But I know that when it came down to the sciatica and all these other little ailments, I was already in my 30s, already trying to get things together. I was even going through weight training, strength training. That's why I'm able to still function, even in pain, even if I have a situation. It doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do. I can lift pretty decent. I don't have hernias and stuff like that, and that's the thing that scared me the most in lifting weights, because I didn't want to, you know, because some people have heart problems. I'm lucky I don't have a large heart, or have there's a medical condition that actually enlarges your heart, and that comes from high blood pressure and stuff like that. It could be hereditary. You can be in the best shape you can be, and you just be cursed with that condition. So it's just the way it is. It's like my vitiligo. The vitiligo, I have B12 deficiency, but I don't let that be my downfall, my crutch. You know, I just go with the flow, live life to the best I can. I knew they was gonna be trying to get us, and we taking our time. We can't speed this thing down the road. They know that, and that's another reason why when you do these runs, they're set up for you to be late. They're set up to take money out your pocket. Look at this idiot. That's a dumb bastard. Dumb bastard. He's gonna cut me off, huh? Okay. I got you. I got you, bastard. Stay on the outside. Even my frame rate still ain't went up no higher than what it is. It's terrible. I know I can just picture my frame rate is just jacked. I know the video is jacked. I know it is. You know. But I just go with it. I mean, the show must go on. That's the mentality I always think about. It's either you you know, you enjoy what I'm doing or not, you know. And person can say, oh well, I heard some stuff in the background. I mean, I can't put my life on the back burner. You know, I got kids, I got family, wife, whatever. You're gonna hear all kinds of stuff. You may hear a dog, may hear a cat, may hear a bird. You know, I mean, I don't have pets, but if I did, you would hear them. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, just like some streamers show their dogs. You know, one streamer shows his dogs. You know, and some people love dogs. You know, he decided to let people into his life. You know, and you can't be closed up, so closed that we don't stay open. You know, I even streamed a couple of times with my webcam wide open so y'all can see me. You know, my room isn't up to part like I wanted because it's a small space, and it's not so much as that because I have kids and they know not to come in here and bother my stuff, but because this is, I can lock the door, I have my privacy at a point. And that's what I like about my room, you know, my little office or whatever. So it's where I can unwind, I can, you know, or whatever. So we got an hour and 46 minutes on this run. So we did pretty good for 8 hours, for an 8-hour run. I mean, I just, like I said, I can talk the whole stream, you know, 4 hours straight, you know. But, you know, I want to get back into streaming where I actually get people coming in and subbing and liking and following and sharing and all that. But I just can't, you know, I just have to be watchful and vigilant about what I have to deal with. You know, so, but I'm going to still post the videos. I'm going to still do my part as I intended, like I said. I'm going to try to bring the best of content as is humanly possible because I want to see it, because I like to see good content. I like people being real and being themselves because that's what it's about. I don't want you, you know, now if that's part of your character or part of what you're doing, you know, you wearing a wig, wearing a beard, wearing makeup or whatever you're doing, that's you. Now with me, I'm just raw. You know, and you got some streamers that are raw. You know, some use profanity. I don't use profanity. I mean, I never say that I never used it because I have used it before years ago, whatever. You know, but it's something that I actually overcame. So, but I will use, you know, certain words to make up that wording. All right, we gonna make it around there. Okay, ooh, man, that is whip skills. That's what I'm talking about, whip skills. That's what I like about these cameras, man. And I mean, I'm a fan of cameras. Being able to control cameras and stuff like that. Plus, I like to see what SES, because they always doing things and they don't tell you. You know, they may put something in you may not even know. Just like they got a little party right there. Look at that. People partying and people like that. I like it. You know, I like going out, looking around, looking at the scenery. You know, almost like smell the fresh air because it get this like it's like a relaxing state. You know, even though I'm dealing with pain. You know. I deal with pain in and out because it's nerve pain, you know. But I'm in the process of, you know, in recovery and all that good jazz, but it's gonna take time. You know, I'm not a spring chicken, you know, and there's some that may not be spring chickens either, but they gonna be happy. They gonna enjoy life, and that's what life is all about. Because even if you got your downfalls, you still got to be happy at the end of the day. You know, I plan on that. You know, even if I had to do it by myself, I just decided to bring y'all on board. You know, I've been a gamer since I was yay high. You know, I play Nintendo, Atari, had all those little platforms, and then once I got into PC, I figured PC is more open, and more of a platform that I could actually relate to, because now I can actually create my scenarios. I can put things in, I can take things out, I can add things, and you know, and it's just like a movie. You know, director is pretty much you the director, you the actor. You know, you got some people that play multiple roles in movies and stuff like that. You know, so all right, we're gonna make this. Ooh man, this is gonna be interesting. Hairpin. Definitely gonna be lower than 30. And when I first got into this game, because I started out with we only got an hour to go, so I'm gonna hurry up and say this before I forget. I started out with 18 wheels of steel hauling. This was technically where it come from. SCS been around for a long time. And when they had hard truck trucking across America. They had what else is out? American Long Haul. I like the American Long Haul because it simulated you being in America. It was a little bit better platform, but you had all the trucks that was in the game. I mean, they had them under a different name, you know, but they were, you know, they were creative on how to actually, you know, now they have evolved, and now they understand, because even Euro Truck actually came out, I think, after 18 Wheels Still Hauling. Now 18 Wheels Still Hauling was a game that where you could create heavy haul trailers. You had multiple pivot points, and you could go into you could actually park your vehicles in a parking lot and everything. You could see your vehicles and everything. And I got a couple of pics of what I did, you know, years ago. One picture that I'd had of what I did before, you know, and a lot of the gamers that are out here actually remember that game, and they were ones that were editors and beta testers for that game. And it didn't matter how strong your graphics cards was, that game was still crazy. And I tried to get back on it. It just wasn't the same, because even when you had to hit the brakes, you couldn't hold the brakes. On this game, you can hold the brakes, you can simulate the brakes down, you know, break the brakes down, you know, you can, everything is interactive, you know. And it's just beautiful, you know. This is a Mexican map. The individual that made it, I'm not sure who it is. I just give a shout out to them, you know, because I'm a fan of other nationalities and things of that nature. But you know, the culture, you know, because that's what you got. That's all you got. I mean, you got culture. That's what you got. I mean, you can't touch that. That's priceless. People don't realize that the importance of heritage and making sure generations and generations and generations know that and understand that and respect that, you know. We got 23 miles to go, 30 minutes to go, so and technically I'm sort of over my time, definitely over my time, but I just decided to go on ahead and do this. I'm never satisfied with a scenario. I mean, even though a lot of my videos were pretty decent, I still will never get comfortable at what I'm doing. You know, even if I have a perfect stream, perfect video, perfect whatever, I'm gonna never be satisfied. Man, this frame rate just dropped. We just had a serious drop. And then I got two actual meters, and it's just, I don't know what's going on in this area, but it's definitely interesting. I just wish they would have opened up a lot of these roads that are closed, which just make it open. I mean, create another avenue for us to go, you know. But I think because now it's so many, You know, and that's improvement. That's, you know, when you're giving me more roads and more places to sit and more places to go and more places to do this and more places to do that, you know, that's fine. You know, don't, you know, make places where we can't go. You know, even though there's plenty of roads, there's a lot of roads on the game, a lot of places to explore. But just like I said, those places should open up gradually, you know, instead of just staying closed. You know, and I don't know if anybody made any suggestions about that. That you can, you know, you can finish that up. You know, finish those roads. You know, I know another streamer or another creator actually said that. You know, just give us. I mean, there's more roads. I mean, the roads that are already made. Just connect them. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Connect them. Because that would be another way for us to go, or another way to do certain things. Man, the frames is oh my God, they is bad. I can imagine how much choppy, and I mean probably like a sideshow. And I mean, I apologize. I mean, I can't, you know, I don't want to kill my quality of the way things look. You know, man, this is terrible. Now, hopefully we can get this in here, because I don't know how the heck they expect us to get this in here. Well, we may be able to get it in here, I don't know. And that's another thing that modders and whoever that's creating content or whatever, creating videos, or creating, they have to make sure their loads actually fit in the game. I mean, in wherever they're being dropped off and picked up. If they're not, that's a problem. And that's something that I've always looked at and had a fit about, because if I can't fit my load in a certain area, that's bad. You know, and you can figure it out. There's time. Even if it take you an hour, 2 hours, an extra day, an extra week, an extra month, an extra year just to do that. So, all right. I gotta reach out to my buddy Seeker. He had messaged me, and I was too busy in the game to actually respond. And I didn't want to cut into the video. I know the video probably crap, but it's all with it. I mean, it's the best I could do. I tried, and that's all I try to do. I try to bring the best content as I can. So, all right, we're gonna drop this. I think I probably picked the wrong, press the wrong button. Okay, yep, late. It don't matter. So, all-terrain crane delivered from Seattle, Washington to Burns, Washington. So they did deem us $18,000 for that. Luckily, I'm sitting on millions. It don't matter. My experience is out the wazoo, so it don't even matter. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video. We'll catch y'all on the next video. Now I kind of see why I had the issues with the lights. I didn't even know those were LED lights, and I wouldn't know that if I didn't look at it. So that's probably, but the LED lights aren't the same as headlights, so evidently they must have it wired to, if your full headlights aren't on, then of course they're gonna give you